Hello friends, I am back and I've done a home tour of all my normal day decorations after Christmas. I don't really decorate for Valentine's Day, but last year I did do a little bit of Easter decorating, so I'll probably do that again this year, just depending on when baby comes. We are getting close. It's gonna be 8 weeks or less, so there will be an Easter decorating tour hopefully, and a nursery tour coming up very soon. We are just waiting on a couple more little things to add to his room. And look what I just got in the mail, his little name blanket. I got Cortland one of these from Etsy, and I loved it so much, so I had to get baby brother one to match. But anyways, I'll go on and show you all around the house. I hope y'all are doing good, and I'll see you soon. Okay, so we'll start here at the front door. I'm just gonna go over the things that I've changed. So here on my little hooks, I've got some lamb's ear, and then I put a strand of beads with tassels in my little basket. And then over here on my doors or windows or whatever you want to call these, I just took some white wooden beads and this piece here that I've had for a long time and hung them there. And then I switched out the pillows on my bench. I found this at my favorite flea market, and I loved the tassels and the crochet detail on there. So this is how the entryway is looking. And this is what you see when you first walk through our front door. Here on my window, I took a tobacco basket and layered it with a picture frame, added some lamb's ear, and one of my favorite pictures of Cortland in his overalls and his little hat. And that's what I've got going on here. And then here in the kitchen on the island, I brought my tiered tray that I've had in our bathroom back to the kitchen, and I decorated it using this barrel top that's always here, and this beaded basket. And then I've got this antique linen on here. And then on the tray itself, I just have one of my silver pieces, this little sugar dish, some lamb's ear, and then these antlers were my husband's. And on this top part, I've got this little lace napkin, a creamer with these wooden spoon and honeycomb, and then my antique milk glass, and I just put a stem of greenery in there, and then slowly moving around the other side. Got those antlers. This is a Paul Sawyer painting that my granny gave me. I've got some measuring cups to add a little copper. And this is actually a magnet. I ordered it from an Etsy shop, and I stuck that in there. And then my little antique pitcher, I put some of my Mama's antique silverware. It's hard to tell on the camera, but it's very tarnished, and I love the way it looks. This little area has pretty much stayed exactly the same. The only thing I've done different is I added this little sifter, and I put some greenery in there. And then over the stove, I switched out the corbels that I had here. If you all have seen my home tours before, you know I had those small, chippy, white corbels up there, and I had a coupon for 30% off at Kohl's, and these were on sale. It was a set of 2. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for them, but I got a really good deal, and I love adding like more of a wood tone to the kitchen lately. So we switched those out for these larger corbels, and then I recently switched out my pots and pans. We were way overdue for some new pots and pans, so we got this stainless steel set. I also ordered those from Kohl's with my 30% off and got a really good deal, but it came with so many more pieces than the set I had before. We had to come up with a new way to store them. So I saw a picture on Pinterest of them hanging under the kitchen hood, and I loved the way it looked. It kind of reminds me of like a French country style. So these are obviously used, you can tell, but it's just really easy to put them up after they've been washed and to grab them when I'm cooking. The rest of our pots and pans go down here. So I love having those up there. And then on top of the cabinets, I kept my silver teapots up here. And then this is just a magnolia wreath that I've had forever. I love the way the green goes with the wood tones and the silver. I don't know, I'm just obsessed with that lately. So I've got my wood cake stand up there. It's really hard to see. And then I just kind of draped some farmhouse beads. They're chippy white beads with the tassels on the bottom. And then on my cabinet here, I just added a boxwood wreath with an S. I just tied that on there. And then I switched this area up a little bit. I took my tray and I ordered these antique recipe cards from Etsy. I think it came with a set of 10, and I just picked out the ones that I liked the best. So we've got an iced coffee cup recipe, chocolate chip drop cookies, and a tart recipe. And I just stuck them on there. I thought that was cute to have it displayed by our little coffee area. I haven't tried any of those recipes yet, but I really want to. And then we've got my rolling pins and this little crock that I got from Zulily. And in this little cloche, I've got some antique saucers and little cups that Blue got me for Christmas. And I need to wipe this now that I'm looking at it up close. And then this top cup and this top saucer I ordered from Kohl's, but the others are antiques, so I just kind of stacked them to display them in there. And then I've just got my chippy white scale up there and my farmer's market sign. I've had those up there for quite a while. My plates hanging here on the sides with some little greenery stems. And then here at my sink, I have my antique cheese box with my little scrub brush, soaps, and I just have this little milk glass looking vase with some lamb's ear. I get a lot of questions about our light fixture here above the sink. I found this online from Walmart and it was on clearance. I only paid like $50 something for it, and it's been out of stock ever since. But I love this. It is one of my favorite clearance finds of all time. On this side of the sink, I just have my cutting boards and my rolling pin, and then I push my KitchenAid over here in the corner. And above this cabinet, we did switch this out. It's really hard to see it. I need to add lighting up there, but that is a Kentucky sign that our electrician made and gave to us. And it is made out of 100-year-old barnwood. So we love that. It adds to the wood tones and it's very special. He also is the one who made this little barrel top lid that I keep here on the island. So we love those. And then here you'll see I added a spoon and a fork. I found those at a flea market a while ago, and I just added a little bit of paint to them. The bakery sign is from Zulily. And then you can see Cortland, we keep some of his trucks and things outside on the porch. When it's warm enough, we go out there and he plays. Here on my utility rack, I just added some plates, some measuring cups, and my little antique scoop. And I've got some dried rosemary and that little wood piece. I don't know how I feel about it. I keep thinking I'm gonna take it down, but I haven't yet. So that's how that is looking. Here on the table, I just have this little galvanized pitcher I've had forever. I just stuck some greenery in there and then put it on top of this plate that I've had, or platter, for a long time. I just really like the little beaded details on it. And then I added my silver candlesticks. And then on the hutch, I tried to use my antique silver and copper. So here I've just got some jars or canisters, this little black stand with my silver jello molds. This is a Pioneer Woman cake stand from Walmart. I just put my copper jello mold on top, and then one of my antique silver pitchers here in this corner. And then I've had this little stand for years. I got it from Hobby Lobby on clearance. And I just put some more of the antique little cups and saucers on there. And then this is more of my Mama's antique silverware. You can kind of see how tarnished it is. It's really hard to pick up on camera, but you can see I took rubber bands to hold them together and displayed them here. This little galvanized thing is from Zulily. And then I've got another little stand with a copper kettle on top. And then I just switched out the greenery and my tobacco basket up here. And then here on this wall, I added some of my Mama's antique china. I don't know how I feel about the plates on the wall, but I knew when I took down the wreath I had here for Christmas, I just felt very empty and very white. So these plates have a little bit of pink and green, and they're gold trimmed, so I thought I would try them out up there to see how I like it. I don't know if I should switch them out for the smaller little saucers or get some different colored plates somewhere, or just take them down altogether. I haven't decided, but they've been up there for a few weeks. And then going over to the living room, we have a toddler and another baby on the way. So we do have a baby gate, and you'll see the toy basket over here in a minute. And that's also why I don't put anything on the ottoman. There's no point in trying to decorate it because. So I've just got my furry blanket there with some pillows on the couch. And, you know, this couch gets climbed all over, so it's not perfect, but it is very comfortable. There's a little toy basket with all kinds of trucks. Here on my little table in between our windows, I added this wooden tray. It's nice to hide our remotes and keep them in one spot. And I didn't really know what to decorate with here because I can't have anything out too far where he can reach it. So I just took a bunch of my candlesticks and some bottles and stuck candles in there, and that's how I have it for now. I might change that out later, but that is that. And then I just tied a boxwood wreath to my mirror using a little bit of twine, and I got this from Hobby Lobby. I had to order some stuff online for the baby's nursery, and I like to get free shipping. So I added that to my cart. It was only like $7, and I love how chippy and pretty it is. So I added that there, and I've got those corbels above the windows still. My curtains are from Amazon. And then last but not least, I'll show you how I've done our mantle. Here on my chippy candlestick, I just added a little lantern and then a cake stand with a little glass dome on top. And I just took some of my hymnal pages, rolled them up, and tied some twine around them. I really like the way that looks. And then these are just more of the Paul Sawyer paintings. I believe he's an artist that is, or was here in Kentucky. My grandma collected tons of his artwork, so she gave me a few of the small ones, and I displayed a couple here on the mantle. And I've got these little boxwood trees, my antique books, and my clock. And another Paul Sawyer painting and a bigger boxwood tree. I found this at a flea market for $15, and I thought that was such a steal. And that is all.